Hi everybody, welcome to the Museum of Culpeper History, and thank you for joining us for this week's installment of Hands-On History. And my name is Helen Thompson, and I'm the Education Coordinator. Alrighty, so today, since it's a little chilly outside, we're going to be doing this craft inside our kitchen, which nobody gets to see, except for you guys. So, since we are entering spring and everything's warming up and the ground is softening, today we're going to be doing an outside craft. Now, why are we doing this? Okay. So, do you guys know about the Native Americans in Virginia? Do you? Good. Okay. Because in Culpeper, before the colonists arrived, there were the Manahoic. And some of the things the Manahoic did were make pottery. Now, how do you make pottery? I'm going to show you guys how. So first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go outside and dig up a pile of dirt. Now, ideally, don't dig a hole where someone is likely to step. So once you have your pile of dirt, you're going to want to mix in some water. Now you don't need a huge amount, just enough that you can sort of soften it up and stir it around. So once you've gotten it good and stirred up, it's going to kind of look like chunky melted chocolate, but it doesn't taste like that, so don't eat it. Now for this next part, once you've got it all nice and mixed up, you're going to need something like a colander or a sieve. If you don't have like an outside colander or sieve, check with your parents before you go into your kitchen and grab whatever you use for your daily cooking. So what you're going to want to do is you can either start to pour it in or just sort of ladle it in. Again, use something you can get dirty. Now I've got a bowl beneath my sieve, so all of the muddy water is being collected, and then all of the dirt, I'm just kind of mixing it around through. So once you kind of mix all that up and make sure you press any water or just, muddy water out, you're going to end up with just a bowl of muddy water. So next step, you're going to want something like a clear container that you can kind of see through. I've got just a disposable water bottle that I just cut the top off of. If you want to do that, just make sure you check with your parents first before you start cutting anything. So for this next part, you're going to have to wait for a little while. So this is going to take at least a couple hours to settle. But once it is settled, you're going to see some defined layers. So if you see here, we've got a darker layer at the bottom. This is going to be most of the concentrated actual dirt, aka our clay. But at the top, you see how it's the water's a little clearer. So what you're going to want to do is we're going to want to pour this top layer out. So you have to be kind of careful while you're doing this because you don't want to dump all of your clay out. You just want to get this first layer off as much as you can. All right. Now, if you look, you can see that it's mostly just the dark stuff, and I've poured off most of that clear water. Okay, guys, for your next part, you're going to take some cloth. I'm using a dish towel that I don't mind getting dirty. You can also use, maybe if you have an old pillowcase, just like a piece of big cotton. Next, we're just going to pour it right on in. And as you can see, I've got a bowl beneath here to catch any water. Next, we're going to squeeze it out. And this is where our hands are going to get pretty dirty. So now that you've finished up squeezing out the water from all of your now clay, you're going to end up with something a little bit like this, just a little ball. You can just shape it however you like, but it's going to be nice, pure clay. So again, all you need for this is a bucket, some dirt, a colander, some sort of stirring material, and some kind of cloth, ideally cheesecloth.